Thank you all for coming. Again, my name is Bridget Meyer. I'm Senior Director of Redbridge Analytics, which is the fintech company within Redbridge DTA, which is a debt and treasury advisory firm. So I'm really excited to show you a project that I have been working and dreaming about for 20 years. So we have Hawkeye BSB. It's our next generation of bank fee monitoring, and there's a reason why we feel we're next generation. So I'm American, you can tell from my accent, but we've seen bank fees for a long time in the US. We've used US tools, but what we're really excited is to take the global perspective and tackle the challenge of visibility and accountability and give you as corporate treasurers more abilities than you ever had before when thinking about your bank relationships. So, unlike other tools, one thing to think about is that this is a $300 billion industry that goes largely unchecked every single month. A bank is a vendor, just like any other, and yet they have the ability to pay themselves every single month, generally without question. So we don't just want to report your bank fees. A lot of tools, maybe some others can do that. We seek to solve the puzzle of those bank fees and give insight to understand what you're being charged and why, and who's generating these charges so that you can do something with this information. In today's market, we all know that treasurers have less time. They're expected to manage more bank relationships with fewer people in a very constantly evolving market. If you think you have one bank figured out, just wait, because in the next year, I promise they're going to change their billing strategy. They're going to change the names of the services that they charge you, and you'll constant battle to keep up. It takes expertise to actually understand what these bank charges mean, where they're coming from. There are more than 50,000 different service line items out there that are being charged to corporate treasurers, just like you. We want to help you understand that. Bank fee data is not readily available to everyone, as much as I would really love to say that. We have been driving the industry forward as much as possible. The Twist BSB came alive 5 years ago. So there's a problem of accessibility. Sometimes you just can't go online and download your bank fee statement like you can in the US. But this is changing, and we'll talk about how. We also have a problem of accountability. It's extremely difficult to verify the prices that are being charged to your global pricing agreements, because sometimes they're using different names within the two. So how do you easily reconcile one to the other on a monthly basis if you have the statements? Outside of the US, I guarantee you, most corporates have no idea what they're spending in bank fees worldwide, if you ask that question. So clearly, we have a problem of visibility in the market. If you don't know what you're spending today, how can you predict what you're going to spend tomorrow? As your company continues to expand and buy additional companies, corporations traditionally under budget for bank fees and are sadly surprised with additional costs they weren't prepared for. Which is why we created Hawkeye BSB. We really feel it's the next generation of bank fee monitoring, leveraged from our expertise. We have data on more than 100 banks in 68 countries, representing millions and millions of fees, and we have more than 50,000 service line items that we know and understand and can help our clients to understand themselves. We have 2 dedicated support centers in the US and in Paris, France, to provide 24/7 support. So where did we get this expertise? As I said, I've been trying to solve this puzzle for 20 years. Hawkeye BSB is developed from the expertise of Redbridge Debt and Treasury Advisory, which is our sister company, which has been providing advisory services to the global financial community in the US, Asia, and Europe since 1999. Today, we are receiving files and bank fee data from all of these countries in the world. So accessibility, we're working to solve the problem of that accessibility of data. We've heard you, and we can take in our system any file from any bank, anywhere at any time. No matter the burden, we will do it. We want to give you that accessibility to your information. We can take all of these different types of formats. We'll even take PDF. So whatever the bank, will work with your bank to get you accessibility to that data and present it to you in an easy SaaS solution. It doesn't matter what TMS you use or any other products that you might have. We're a standalone SaaS solution that's easy to implement. So just a visual, we take information from multiple banks, multiple countries, and multiple currencies. We understand the global corporation. And the exciting thing about our system is that we automatically map every single one of your services to the AFP standard codes. So all you have to do is log in and see your fees in state-of-the-art graphics without any effort on your part. We also want to solve the problem of accountability. We can't forget that $300 billion revenues that the banks are making going unchecked. So we take this information and we cross-reference it for 20 different factors, looking for pricing errors, volume errors, inconsistencies across accounts, calculations. Trust me, 2 + 2 does not always equal 4 on your bank bill. New services and accounts, but even recognize those dormant accounts that are sleeping that perhaps you could close. So the system looks for over 20 different factors and reports that to you the second that you upload those statements. We want you to physically approve someone within your team your bank fee expense every single month and make it easy for you to do that. But we don't just report the violations because that's only half the battle. You then have to communicate that information to your bank. We want to make that easy for you as well. So our Hawkeye report that we have is specifically designed, we've been using it for years, designed for the banks with the information they need to do the research that they need to provide you the credit. We've also included a workflow tool within the system to help you track the resolution of those credits and report the success at the end of the month, at the end of the year, to show the value that you're also creating to your industry and to your company. But what I'm really excited about is the visibility that we can bring to global corporations like you've never seen before. Yesterday, I spoke about big data and how can bank fees be considered a big data. They provide so much insight to your own treasury operations, not just thinking about visibility into the bank fees, but you can understand by company, by region, by GL code, what's generating the expenses within your organization and who. Also looking to see punitive charges, repair fees, things that potentially you could fix in-house to save your company money. I also want to talk about negotiating positions. Anyone preparing to do an RFP or talk to their banks about bank fee negotiations, you now have the data and have almost more information than your bank probably has about the relationship, giving you power in those negotiations. And the predictability that you need. Our system shows trends, shows volumes. You can now provide and better predict your expansion for the company going forward. So just in summary, we have Hawkeye BSB is a cloud-based solution. It's live with active clients. We're providing new abilities and real results to the world's largest corporations across the globe. So I would like to challenge you today to think about what possibilities are available to your corporation and consider Hawkeye BSB, the next generation of bank fees.